Greetings. My name is KC, and today I want to talk about keeping a white throat monitor lizard in your living room, free range, no cage, and some of the things you might want to consider if you're considering doing that, as most people do, you know. So it's not a common thing. So it's a very niche group of people who keep lizards in this fashion. I'm not like connected to anybody that does that, other than myself. I don't know anybody. But I know you're out there, and these videos are for you, because anybody can keep anything in a cage and then control things from there. But it's a whole different ball game when you're not in control, because essentially when he's free range in your living room, he's kind of in control. They drink a lot of water, so you definitely want some fresh water available at all times. Now, I believe that reptiles, just like every other creature, have their own personalities, and what may work for my buddy here might not work for yours, in the specifics. To what degree he's different than the next monitor lizard, I don't know. I don't have that level of expertise to compare them. I just know about him. I have him, say, 2 years now. And I assume if you have one, he's kind of like this one. So I'll just go over the things that I do with him. And if I'm repeating myself in prior videos, so what? I always like to keep things fresh. You're always learning things. And it's good to go back to basics and remind people that as much fun as this is, okay, it's work too. Like every day, you got to interact with this creature for a few hours a day. Now it's right about 9:30 right now. He's been up since 6:30, and he'll be up for about another 3 hours. So in his case, he's awake and out of his hide, which I have right here. Let me back off a little bit. This hide is basically a wicker basket I got on Amazon for $60. Okay. I put some pelts here because he's my little marauding Viking. Ivar the Relentless, I call him, because he is. When he's awake and out and about, he's like a marauding Viking. So I have some stones here because he's a rock monitor. These are actual, rocks, big rocks. You don't have to use that, obviously. Again, it's something I use because I like to give him the feel of real. The feel of real as much as I can. These lights are mercury vapor lamps. They're the best there is, in my opinion. Here, let me show you what one looks like. Okay, there you go. It's the Mega Ray mercury vapor lamp. I use 150 watters. When they're smaller, you can use the 100 watt or the 75. When they get big, you want to tune it up a little bit. While I'm in here, here's a book. Here's another book. Here's another book. If you're into books about lizards, I recommend these. Alright, so these lamps, these shrouds have two mercury vapor lamps each. So at $50 a pop, you're looking at $300 with the lights, plus another $75 in shrouds. Once you have it set up, though, every 6 months, you want to change those. Unless you have a meter and you can verify the UVB coming off of there. I just change it every 6 months, give them fresh lights. So this hide that he stays in here is full of all kinds of chopped up towels and ropes and squishy balls and different things. He can dig around in there and buries himself in there. He likes that a lot. You can expect him to sleep in there about 18 hours a day. So from say noon until 6 in the morning, right? He's going to be out of your hair in this situation. Now, the first thing I want to make clear is the biggest thing most people would probably be turned off by is the fact that technically he could defecate anywhere, right? But you see where he's going right now? In the corner, right by the door, right? This is the farthest away in this room from his hide, okay? And every morning, like clockwork, 99.99% of the time, and I'll grant you every once in a while he'll surprise me and I'll have to clean up some nasty in some other place. But this is where he goes to the bathroom every day. I put newspaper down there and paper towel, and I do it in a nice little big area because he's not so specific as to go in the same exact spot. But he goes basically in the same spot every day, and it makes cleaning up a breeze. Once he does that, and it's like the first thing he does, actually the first thing he does is bask. Comes out of his hide, 6:30, 7 o'clock, basks for 45 minutes or so, and then goes, defecates, urinates. I just run that right out of the house right away because it don't smell very appetizing, I can tell you that. And then his day begins. But once that's out of the way, and it gets out of the way right away, taking care of him is basically a matter of not letting him drive you crazy. Because for 6 hours every day, he's in full exploration mode. Nothing gets past him. Anything new gets investigated thoroughly. Right? Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah, it is. And they're very smart. So don't try to outsmart them. He'll outsmart you. They seem clumsy sometimes, and they do things like he's about to do here. Probably try to reach from one side to the other. And you think right? There he goes. But he won't be able to hold that. And he'll fall down. But this is what he does. He's an acrobat. He's like Mr. Magoo. Always jumping and falling and climbing and falling. So I try to make, what you try to make is a living room or an area that you can have him in. If you're going to be in it too, like I am, like this is my office, right? And this is where I work. And it's also where he lives. So we both have to make compromises. He loves crawling in little tight areas, stuffing himself in spots. You're like, why would you bother trying to do that? But that's what he does. He loves to cram himself in every little possible spot that he can. And he doesn't stop moving. Like, he's relentless. Now, there are exceptions to this. Sometimes he looks out the window and he'll sit there for a while. All right? He might be trying to go inside this yoga mat here. Yeah, I think he is. He's going to yoga class. Anyways, he's a lover of investigating and annoying. He loves to annoy you. If you don't like being annoyed, don't get a giant lizard and let him loose in your living room. He seems to go out of his way to annoy me, but I wouldn't change it for the world because he keeps me grounded, and that's a good thing, right? So in my case, I couldn't be happier. I would highly recommend keeping your animal this way if you can. It's a lot of fun, and you get to know him in ways that you never would if he's in a cage. He's always surprising me. He's always getting into something you wish he wouldn't, but then again, it makes for interesting video, and I just enjoy watching him do his thing. But when I'm working or paying attention to something else, You know, I got my ears perked up because in the background, he's always making some kind of noise. He's always getting involved in something, like in things I don't understand. Like, what's so fascinating about the floor? They just cleaned the floor a little while ago. There's nothing on it. You know? And he'll sit there and look at it like it's the most fascinating thing in the world for a while. And he'll move along. Very strange behavior. Very awesome creature. If you have any questions about anything, by all means, ask me. I will get around to seeing it. I don't look at comments very much because I'm busy, but every once in a while when I got nothing to do, I will go and look into your comments. Because I just put this out there. I'm not trying to, get monetized or anything like this. I'm just putting this out there because I know when I was looking to acquire one of these, I looked to the experts and the people that had them as pets, and I didn't see very many people, if any, doing what I'm doing right now. And so I know they're out there though, and if you're one of them, these videos are for you. Keeping a lizard this way requires a certain type of commitment. It's not for everybody, obviously, but it's very rewarding. And once you understand and not really understand, but get to know your lizard's personality, and you build a bond with him, which takes time, right? Like, we weren't buddies right away. Don't let me fool you, right? He took a good year and I'd say 3 months before he came around, and now has like no fear of me. Lets me pick him up, hold him without worrying about getting swatted or bit. But he's an apex predator that demands respect, and you got to be careful with them at first when they're young and afraid, and take the time to make them unafraid, and you will wind up with a socialized buddy yourself, because they really will grow on you, and they're so cute. And if you like reptiles, to me this is the greatest reptile pet I've ever had. I got a nice big boa constrictor, and he's awesome too. But this guy here, he's he's a character, man. He doesn't just sit and soak up sun rays. He gets all up in your business. And again, I wouldn't have it any other way. He's the greatest addition to my life, and I would suggest he'll be the greatest addition to your life too, if you have the constitution to care for something like this under these circumstances. Okay, you got to have a lot of joy gotten from this, or what you wouldn't do it, right? But it's, in my opinion, the way to do it. Cages, I've tried them all. They don't work. Not for me. It's way more work. It takes up way more space. It's just not what I want for my giant lizard, who can be 5-6 feet. What, I want a 20-foot cage in my house? I don't think so. And you have to clean it out, and it's full of dirt and God knows what else when they do their thing, and that's a lot of work. I'm pushing 60. I'm getting to where I'm going to be 60 in a couple of years, and I don't want to work more than I have to enjoy what I want to. And the easiest way to care for something like this and to keep him healthy and in good spirits, because he gets lots of stimulation. He's always crawling around. I'm taking him outside. The other day, he broke into my bedroom, almost escaped out the window. He is he's something, man, and he's in great shape. He looks fantastic. He acts great. He's clean. He's healthy. He's well fed, and that gives me a lot of joy. And I would highly recommend trying it. You know, you could always put him back in the cage if you have him in a cage. I'm I'm I, I'm an activist for lizard freedom. Let the lizards loose. Don't keep them in a box. Let them hit the big time. You know, I wanted to see these animals when I wanted one. You know, and mostly what I saw was they're in a cage or something like that, and or if they're out of the cage, you don't really get to see what it's like living with them. It's a quick little thing of them climbing up something or wrecking something or eating something. But on a day-to-day, you know, interaction, it's not that. It's a relationship, really. You feel like that. Like this is to me the greatest pet ever. And when it comes to food, you can try all kinds of things. They like all kinds of things. Read what the experts say and try it. I find this guy is a very picky eater, and he likes like a lot of what I like. Like if I try to give him bugs or worms, crickets, or, he looks at me like you would look at me if I tried to give you bugs or crickets for lunch. He wants what I eat. And I know that you don't want to give him too much fat, right? So I give him low-fat turkey, low-fat hamburger, steak, pork chops, chicken wings, dehydrated turkey hearts, hydrate them, dehydrated beef livers, hydrate them. Get these things on Amazon. Eggs, quail eggs, chicken giblets, and the feet, chicken feet, when they're chopped up. They have those in the grocery store that just like kind of gross, but he eats those. He loves seafood. He likes tuna and fillets. I give him catfish and flounder, and he eats salmon, and he likes mollusks, snails. They're like an omnivorous carnivore, pretty much. If you like it, he'll like it. I give them a little extra calcium and reptile vitamins. Like today, you had some in that hot dog you saw him eat earlier. I think it's another video. I forget. But anyway, put a little bit of there and give him some supplemental calcium every once in a while. You have to do it with every feeding, but you want him to have nice hard bones. And these type of lights, allow that to occur. It metabolizes the calcium for him so that his bones don't get soft. And, you know, that's part of it too, keeping up his health. You know, you have to have a few bucks on the side if he needs to go to the vet. You know, something goes wrong that you don't understand. It's nice to know somebody that maybe can help you out, because he needs all the help he can get if something goes wrong. If you don't know enough to help him, well, you gotta take him to somebody who does. So those are really the expenses: food, lights, and purchase of the animal itself. Things like his hide and his water dish and rocks and whatnot. You can improvise all that stuff. And as you go along, you'll learn, and your animal will not be this animal. So he'll have his own quirks. He'll probably want to eat certain things and not other things, and you'll learn. by interacting with him over time. He'll come to respect you and not fear you, which is the highest form of respect. Isn't that right, buddy? All right. Have a great day, guys.